Hello and welcome everyone. Glad to have you all here from the start. Hello and welcome everyone. Glad to have you all here from the start. Let's quickly adjust that. I forgot to turn off the sound on my stream itself. Wow, looks like we have some people here right from the start. I'm going to answer your questions in just a minute, guys, but I first want to welcome to the stream Pietro Passerini. Hello, welcome Pietro.
Hi, guys.
It's lovely to have you here, Pietro, because you are a land expert. So that's always been, in my experience, a very interesting matchup. So we're going to have some very good games, I believe. But let's see. I'm going to quickly watch the chat first because we have some questions straight from the start. So if you don't mind me doing so, Pietro, I'm going to answer them. Let's see. Sage the Mage, what are your thoughts on Abundant Harvest in Infect? That's a good question. I haven't tried it out yet. But the thing is, with Infect, you are really looking for very specific things. And my first idea would be that it's not going to be good enough, because if you just name non-land and you're looking for pump spells, for example, and you just get Blighted Agents, then I'd much rather have Ponder. That's my first idea. Now, I haven't tried it out yet, so I don't know. That's my first thought on the card. But maybe I should try it out in the future. Let's see, Alex, what's on the agenda? Well, you can read it in the title. I have Pietro over here, and we're going to be discussing lands versus Infect. Let's see if I don't get crushed too hard. We'll find out in a couple of games soon. Let's see, Sage. After watching you and Bryant, would you bring back Stifle? Plus Fail sounded strong. Stifle good for Delver. Stifle is fine, you know. It has been played in the past as a one of an Infect, so if you want to play Stifle, go ahead. I haven't tried it out in a long time, but it's never bad. Would never play more than one, but if you want to play Stifle, go ahead. Alex, my patron is not online yet. I wanted to have it online last month. But unfortunately, with me moving, having so much stuff to do in my house, and organizing the Legacy Master Series, I just haven't found the time yet to optimize it. And if I do go live with my Patreon, I want it to be perfect. So it's not going to be online yet, but I promise you I'll have it. Well, I'm a teacher, so in about a month, I should have more time to get that all set up. So it's coming soon, Hey, Seno, thanks. And that was it. Right, let's go to you, Pietro. I have your deck list here on the screen. If people want to watch along, you can hover over to the left side of the screen. You should be able to see the cardboard live pop up. If you click on it, you can hover over some cards. And if you want to ask questions to me or to Pietro, feel free to do so. Let's see. I seem to have an idea that your list is pretty stock. I do love the recent addition of Elvish Reclaimer in here. Is there anything that you would like to say before we actually jump straight into the first game? Or how do you feel about the matchup of lands versus Infect?
Well, I think it's always been a very fun matchup. I think it's like 50-50, we say. It's not... I don't feel bad, but I don't feel good either versus Infect. I don't know. I like the fact that I have many removal spells like Punishing Fire, and in my giant list I have Decay also, which I really like. I think Decay was necessary before banning of Dread or Harkanist or Oko. You absolutely had to play it. Now it's not that important in my opinion, but I still like it because it lets you have like another color for Field of the Dead, for example. So in control matchups is very, very important. But also, like Decay is fundamental in many matchups that otherwise you would lose. You know, like versus Blood Moon or Bridge, and also it lets you resolve either Vial or Sylvan Library, which is very played at the moment, or also Leovold. So that's why, that's why I played. And
it's like
it's
basically just always good if I summarize that correctly, right?
And it's not a bad choice to have it, you know.
No, makes sense.
And as you can see, I don't play Valakut Exploration. I'm not sure about that, but I don't know. I just like my list as it is. Of course, I tried a lot of times, but I think the reason why I'm choosing not to play it is very similar. Very similar of the reason that you chose not to play Abundant Harvest, because when I'm looking for an answer, I want to look for a very specific one, and not a random one. and I prefer Sylvan Library because it lets you, it lets you choose a specific answer, I don't know, whatever, crop rotation or life on the loam or whatever you're looking for. And I don't like the fact that sometimes with a Valakut exploration, you put in your graveyard a useful card like exploration or crop rotation or other useful cards that um, let you have access to important lands. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm sure I'm wrong because the lands community doesn't actually agree with me. But
It's
I don't
not
know.
necessarily that you're wrong, you know. I think that there's no such thing as one best build of a deck, but you have to know why you play certain cards, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
clearly seem to know why you play certain cards and why you don't. So I don't think there's a thing that you can say that this is wrong or this is correct. You just as long as you have a game plan, I think everything can be correct
Yeah,
if
I
that
think
makes
so.
sense.
I think so. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, Valakut Exploration is amazing versus strong versus control decks,
Hmm.
but it's not that strong against like Delver decks or I don't know DNT or Maverick or Infect, for example, or course combo decks. So I don't know. I think it improves your good matchups,
Makes
but
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
my personal opinion. Yeah.
Very interesting. I think I agree. I think the matchup is pretty much 50-50. It's funny because newer Infect players, they always tell me that they think lands is one of the worst matchups, and I disagree, but I think it's one of those matchups where if you play incorrectly, you can get punished very, very strongly. It's you have to play very tight against the deck. And my list, I send you my list, of course, and you send me mine, so you have full
Yeah,
information.
of course.
I am
I've
not
seen it.
playing Wasteland anymore, so that's
Mm.
yeah, that's a big downside in this matchup. That's for sure. So we'll see. We'll see how our game performs. Let's quickly
Yeah,
watch the chat.
I saw you playing one crop rotation, but
Hmm.
no wasteland.
Nope,
So
indeed.
why is it?
Well, I'm just playing one crop rotation right now because I like having the option to go end of turn into Inkmoth Nexus. That's just pretty good. And
Okay.
we have like a Pendelhaven that sometimes you can get. Sometimes you also have the possibility to get Savannah. I'm not saying that Wasteland is bad, but it's you don't need Wasteland that much anymore because now that we're playing white, that I feel like Wasteland has lost a bit of its uses. For example, against Dark Depths, we don't need Wasteland anymore. We have
Hmm.
swords, so it's a
Yeah,
personal
yeah, yeah,
choice. But I do know that a
yeah,
lot of people still play one, and I don't say it's bad, but it's personal preference. Like you said with the Valakut Exploration, I think it's the same thing. Um,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah. I agree.
you have hi from Nocino88. I don't know if you know him, Pietro. I think so. He says Forza Pietro, so I think that's directed towards you. And then hello
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
Hello
yeah.
everyone.
I know
Glad to
him.
have you all
Yeah,
here
he's a
in the
friend of mine. He's
stream.
a friend of
Friend of
mine.
yours.
Yeah,
Excellent. Let's see what else do we have. Yeah, IPL, you can't donate yet. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to set it up soon that you can donate, but I just haven't been able to set that one up again. In about a month, I have much more time to take care of all the things that I promised, and I hope that I'll be able to set it up then. But Mazavith indeed is very strong against Infect.
yeah.
We can chat a bit
Amazing.
more after game one. What do you say about that, Pietro?
Well, what did you say? Sorry.
We're gonna say maybe we can talk a bit more about the matchup after game one and
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah. Of course,
we
of course.
if
I'm
we
ready.
get some of what we thought was going to happen really happens in real life. Let's see. I have so many legacy infect decks here that I have to make sure that I click the correct one. This is the one that I sent to you, I think. So let me challenge you. You should have a challenge request right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Want to give quick updates to the stream that we will be playing as if we know what we are playing against. So Pietro has my list, I have his, so we have full information, and we will play as if we know that we are playing against the deck of our opponent. So he knows I'm on Infect, and I know he's on lands.
Okay, but you don't want me to give you too many informations about the hand I have.
No, I'm going to try and speak in general terms. For example, I'm going to do this because I'm afraid of, and then I can name a card. But of course, I don't want to say, I have this brainstorm in my hand, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to try and speak in general terms, but indeed.
Okay.
It's not like we're playing a tournament or anything like that, so we can discuss a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so my opening hand's pretty good. I am afraid of one card specifically, but it's unlikely that you have it. So this is a keep. This is fine.
Yeah, mine. I'm thinking about it. Is not very good, but not bad. either. Mm. I don't know. If I wasn't against Infect, I would keep it. So I don't know. I want to be honest and keep it anyway. But
Oh no,
against
you can keep your hand based on the fact that you know you're playing against Infect, so that's fine. You can mulligan if you don't want it against me.
okay, then I'll mulligan. That is a little bit better.
Okay.
Do you want to know, like,
your opening hand of the 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was in it? I'm curious.
Yeah, it was actually very nice because it let me do the 2020 on turn 2 because I had mocks. Yeah, mocks, dark depth, and exploration, thespian, and good lands, but no life, no removal spells. So
yeah, that
yeah,
was really
I
all
think
in. Yeah.
it was very good, but like not that good against you, and bad versus control because all your resources would go, and yeah.
I can imagine.
Don't want to disturb your thinking.
Oh no problem. I already knew my opening, so that's fine. Although I do have 2 options, so I can play this one or this one, and I think in this situation I really want to play this one, turn 1. Honestly, just the best thing that you can do. If I was on the draw, I'd probably play this differently, but I think this is the best thing to do when I want to play. Okay, the mocks. That's fine.
Thinking. Okay.
No follow-up. Okay, that's interesting for me to note. I'm just gonna play this noble. This was what I was saying about the turn 1. I had the option to either go noble or elf. I was very afraid of you going for wasteland because I do not have another land drop, so that would be scary. But I think you just have to risk that. It's unlikely that you try and wasteland me turn 1 anyway, so we'll see what happens. Okay, abrupt decay, that blows. But you never play around abrupt decay game 1. Because it's very unlikely that land players
doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense, yeah.
Indeed. Rocks, okay. Let's see. Sylvan Library would be scary. Okay, loam. So really... Go ahead.
I'm doing that because if you play days, it's fine. You just stay behind with a land, so...
I do days.
Yeah, it's fine. I often choose to do this play. I don't know if it's right, but I feel like it's the right one. I don't know. So your combo there. I want you to stay behind with lands and whatever you...
Makes sense. Yeah, that's true. Against you, I'm definitely a combo deck. I can sometimes switch.
Exploration is not that strong against you, so I don't have to lose it. I prefer you to lose a land or to stay behind with a land.
That makes sense. And I could see a situation where I decide to not daze there, but of course I didn't know that I was going to find more lands, so I was like, I better daze now so I can at least play 1.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can put back. I think this one for sure, and then probably that. Okay, I did find the threat that I need, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm not in a very good shape at the moment.
Do have loam, so it could turn around very quickly. Loam. Okay. Ochinio says there's an important hint when you fight versus Pietro. When you think you have it, you indeed have it. Okay, so that's good to know. Thank you very much. But I should know that that's very often the case on my end as well. So I have an interesting play here. I'm going to play this one, but I'm not going to play that because I want to play around this. So I'm just going to slam in.
You're not going to play your land, are you?
Maybe. I'm going to try and speak in general terms, but I'm probably going to give some information away. But I do think not playing a land here would make sense to prevent it getting wastelanded.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree.
Let's see, 1, 2. Another loam, sure. Okay, I think this is a good position for me to go for it, because you only have 1 green mana, so the only thing that can happen is crop rotation. That would be a bummer, but I don't have to play around another abrupt decay. And honestly, if you did have green and black available, I probably would just go for it anyway, because I've already seen 1 decay, so chances you have another one are pretty low. So I'm just going to see if I can kill you.
Yeah, in this spot, I wanted to. I mean, I chose to dredge because I was looking for Maze of It or Punishing Fire.
That makes
But
sense.
I didn't yeah, so I didn't find anything, just land. So
But not the lands you needed.
no, not the ones I needed.
I had a pretty funny hand. I'm going to reveal to you. I had triple force the wheel, so I was going for. Probably I knew that I won here because if you had crop rotation, I could have forced. So that was a pretty easy way to go for it.
Okay.
Right, that was pretty quickly. Let's go to the sideboarding. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to explain my sideboarding first?
No, you go for it. I'll explain my sideboarding after the game.
Okay.
Oh, no. It doesn't matter. I can do it now. It doesn't matter. I think it's better if I do it now. So you go for it, and then I'll have my turn.
Excellent. So I didn't bring in all that much, if I'm being honest. What I really do like is my artifact removal or enchantment removal. So Force of Vigor's Return to Nature is very good because it also can get rid of stuff in the graveyard. And then I do bring in Rest in Peace because you rely on the graveyard so much that I do like it. And I usually bring in 1 swords, sometimes 2 depending on the build. But I know that your build does play the, what's the name, the elf, the one that can get the Elvish Reclaimer.
Yeah,
and then I do like 1 extra swords. That's what I usually do. Depending on the player on the draw, I do sideboard differently. If I'm on the draw, Daze is pretty bad because you make so much mana that's going to be useless very quickly. So I'm going to quickly board those out. And then, depending on the build, I do change it up a bit. I want to be combo deck against lands, as he's already said. So Mavinda, even though I love the chicken, it's not good enough. That one has to go. And I take out 1 Spell Pierce. Have 1 Spell Pierce left. It's not the best card in the matchup, honestly. And that's about it. Submit the deck. There you go.
Okay, what I do, it changes a lot if I'm on the draw or on the play because, if I'm on the play, I side in Sphere of Resistance. If I'm not, I don't because
too slow.
Too slow. I don't want to stay behind, and so I put in Red Elemental Blast and Spheres. So seven cards. I side out Caracas, Field with the Dead. Bojuka Bog, 2 explorations, and I'm thinking maybe the other 2 explorations because I don't know, it's not a great card, but maybe I'll keep a couple and I'll side out 1 Dark Depths because I don't know, you don't usually win by being fastest than your opponent because I'm not a combo deck, and I'll side out also. I'll think. I don't know, maybe 1 crop rotation because you have counters, so it's not that good. Or 1 life from the loam. I'll go for the crop rotation now and maybe, I think so.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
It's interesting because I always feel that lands players usually they sideboard very differently against Infect, where I have some people who just don't change anything and other people who change a lot of cards. So it really depends a lot on the player.
Yeah, I agree. So let me see.
I just noticed right now my camera is so dark. I'm sitting in a dark void because that's we're assuming pretty early, so the sun's still up, and I don't have curtains yet in my house. So just to show you how much work is left to be done here, I promise you I'll get curtains one day.
And I've got a very strange hand. But...
Okay. Very strange. My hand's pretty bad, honestly. I'm gonna mulligan, so I can tell you what it is. It's just 2 elves, then ponder, but then 4 lands. So that's I basically have 3 cards in my hand. That's not going to win me the game. I want to be fast in this matchup, so I have to mulligan, unfortunately. This hand's excellent, but I don't have lands, so that's a mulligan. I mulligan to 5, so I'll probably keep whatever is in the hand. So this is a keep. I'm gonna go to that one. I don't like that card when I'm mulliganing to 5.
Counter.
And then what else? It's gonna be one of these two. I think this one. That one has to go. So I can tell you, I just put 2 counters on the bottom.
Yeah. I guess so.
Sage the Mage, if you want to see the deck list of my man Pietro, you can just hover over to the left side of the screen and you should see the cardboard live pop up over there, and you can click on it and then you can see all the cards that Pietro is playing. I'm indeed playing a new card. Have you seen the new card that I'm trying out, Pietro?
There's something strange because Mox Diamond remain on the stack, and but it seems, I don't know.
So.
Okay.
I was thinking, oh no, are we going to be suffering from a bug here now? That would be unfortunate. Another Mox, okay. So 2 of these gone. Strong turn 1 here. Now Sylvan Library maybe? Life from the low. Okay. I'm gonna have a pretty strong play myself. Let's see if I want to do this in response. I think I do, honestly. This is why I kept the Force of Vigor. I know that a lot of land players usually start a very aggressive start, so with the loam it's not guaranteed that this is excellent or anything, but it's still good. I could have also waited for you to see if you play Exploration or something like that, but honestly, I think whatever you play, I probably would just want to get rid of the Moxes, because now you only have green, that's it, and that's...
Yeah, that was a strong play, yeah.
I think so. Nice.
No, I'm not gonna dredge because I won.
So I knew about the wasteland. Right, let's see. Who knows? Maybe if I'm lucky, it's possible that I may be able to steal this game with the Force of Vigor. So let's see. Elvish Reclaimer requires 3 lands, right? Indeed. You can probably get there pretty quickly with the Life from the Loam. So I think I just want to play it safe. Let's just get drop, Blighted Agent. So at least if you do Wasteland the drop again, I can keep slamming in with Agent.
Yeah. That is not good. Okay. Yeah, crop was good. My dog's disturbing me.
No worries.
Thank you, Carly. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm no longer playing basics. Indeed, I'm not playing a basic because I want to play Savannah, and I felt that playing Savannah and basic is just a bit too much, and there aren't too many matchups where playing a basic is relevant anymore. It's basically only relevant in versus lands for sure, and then probably against Moonstompy. But Moonstompy is such a bad matchup that I just accept that I'm going to lose to that deck every single time. So that's why I'm just not playing the basic. Okay, so we're going to slam in here. Let's see what happens. Cinerix.
Yeah.
It's just 1 beer, my man. It's just 1 beer, I promise.
I think I have to. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that Pietro can use this this ability to sack a land and get a land, but if he does do so, the land does enter tapped. So I'm not afraid of Mazavith. And the only thing that I'm afraid of then is what's the name of the card? The one that don't remember the name. That you can't do damage, but I don't know if you play it. Let me quickly check your list.
Glacial Chasm. No, I'm not playing it.
You're not playing Glacial Chasm. Okay, that makes it easy. Then I'm just going to fire off this Invigorate now, because that means that Mazavith can't prevent this damage from coming through. Since you don't play red, you don't have to, or you don't have red, I don't have to play around that. Follow it up with Glistener Elf, and then see from there. I'm putting a lot of pressure under Pietro now to find answers quickly. And if Pietro does decide to go for Maze, the Maze does not generate mana, so it's something.
Now I need to draw a land. Yeah, that's not a land.
Okay, let's see. So I kind of wanted to have vines there. Unfortunately, I didn't find it, but... So, Force of Vigoring the double Mox Diamond was very good, clearly. So if I attack with Agent, you just Maze. If I attack with both...
I think you should pass.
Yeah, I probably should, honestly. Unless if I found vines. Attack with both. Let's think.
I really need a land.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know that you can't activate Elvish Reclaimer this turn. That's important to note to the chat. Keep in mind, guys, if you have questions for us, spam them. We're always happy to answer them for you. I think I just want to pass.
Yeah, I agree. Land, yes.
Ooh, another Mox. Probably gonna play the Loam.
Yeah, Bloodstone is good, but not good enough here. So maybe the best place to use Wasteland with you, but I don't want to take too many cards with Loam. Otherwise, Elvish would become 1/2. Yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
I'll go for one Wasteland and Thespian Stage.
Okay, so only targeting 2.
And now yeah, I think I'll do it in upkeep.
So do I want to respond in the upkeep? If I do, that's kind of probably wishful thinking, honestly. I think I do have to do this because I doubt that I'm gonna find another, or maybe I probably should play it like this. So add green, then let Wasteland destroy the land. So now I'm going to become a Men's Glistener Elf. There you go. And why I'm doing this is that I'm just hoping to find another pump spell, and then if I can use a pump spell on Agent, at least at the worst, I will have gotten rid of the Elvish Reclaimer. Fortunately, I didn't find it. Still going to just attack. You know, I'm going to be able to get in for at least one. It's something. It's not looking good though. There we go. So being able to slam in for 1 is fine.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna dredge, I think. And probably the best thing that I can do here, hoping that you don't draw anything, is to take Tabernacle.
Yeah, that's scary. I think that's probably game over. Is there any way how I can get out of this?
I don't know. I think it's game over because you have to save the noble. Yeah, you have to save one creature with the noble, but you're not probably gonna make it.
Yeah, I think it is a game over because if I find a pump spell, the only desperate thing for me to do here is find a pump spell, save Elf, let the rest die. But then if I find Pump Spell, I don't find mana. So I think this is game over. But let's just draw, see what we find. But I think it is going to be GG here. So I'm gonna save Elf. Yes. Let the other ones die. Nope. Nope. And there you go. I didn't find the land, so this is game over. Unfortunate. And for a moment there, I thought, who knows, maybe I'm going to be able to steal this game after a mulligan to 5, but didn't quite get there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I survived because I drew that land.
Yeah, but that was going to happen
Yeah.
at some point, because apparently your deck plays a lot of lands, so...
yeah. That's what it does.
So sideboarding is pretty easy stuff here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to board out forces, board in daisies, and that's it. Submit.
Yeah, I'll take the spears out. I don't know. Sometimes I like to keep a couple of spheres, but I don't think it makes sense actually. And so I put back the 4th crop rotation, and I don't know. Exploration is not a good card against you. Maybe a couple of chokes. Even if choke is not good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's good, but it's slow.
Yeah, it's too slow. Yeah. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm just talking with you. I'm like I'm talking in my head. Sometimes I bring in 1 surgical extraction because.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I think the strongest part of it is that I lose life, but I don't care about my life with you, and it makes me look at your hand, and sometimes it's very very strong against the Infect. Like for example, you don't have vines or you don't have a counter spell, and I can crop rotation for Maze of It, or choose to use punishing fire, or I think it makes some sense because I have too many cards that don't have to remain, so.
Okay. Yeah, it does make sense to do that. I can see why that happened. By the way, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm playing a new land myself, Pietro, because
the
Hall of Oracles. I'm trying. Let me quickly show it to you on screen because this is a new tryout for everyone watching my here for the Infect stuff. I'm trying this out instead of Pendelhaven. Why? Because this one gives a counter and it stays on the creature. The big downside is you can only do this on sorcery speed, and only if you cast an instant or a sorcery. If that text box was not on there, it would be a swap with Pendelhaven. But now it's a bit. I'm not sure if this is going to stay, but I'm trying this out to deal with the Plague Engineers everywhere, and being able to put a counter on it means that you can continuously do this. I'm trying it out. I'm not sold on it yet, but I think there's something here. That's all I'm trying to say. But it's probably not going to be relevant in this matchup specifically, but because we've had questions about this in chat, just wanted to point that one out.
No, it makes sense. I like it. I like that land. Yeah. My hand is terrible.
Okay, my hand's fine. It's a keep. It's nothing excellent, but it's fine.
This one's a little bit better, but not that good. Okay.
So best turn 1 play here. Let's slam down this elf. Damn. Okay, so then I'm going to do some pondering. Let's see what we are going to get. This is fine. Don't think I want that. Do want this. Let's play that one and pass. I peel 124 WTT. Thanks for the follows. Cheers. Appreciate it. That Maze of It. So I clearly want to find vines now.
I'm thinking.
This is one of those situations where I do miss the crop rotation plus wasteland package. Let's see.
This is the situation I was talking to you before. I need to take a look at your hand, you know.
Huh, this is quite funny because I had put ponder on top, so I could draw it next turn.
Yeah. Also, you don't shuffle, so I know that you have something useful on top. So yeah, I like surgical in these funny ways, you know.
Makes sense. Me having that second ponder was really important. So, and of course now I don't need to fetch because the ponder will still get removed, and surgical shuffles for me anyway. So I can actually keep this Verdant Catacombs now in case I find a brainstorm. That's something. Okay, so that one resolves.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna top deck Vines, and then we're all good. You just shuffled Vines onto the top of my library.
I'm thinking so in the yeah. I'm telling you my play here. I got Elvish Reclaimer in hand, and I was I didn't know whether to play it or not because I knew you may have days, you know. So I don't think I'm gonna play it now because I don't wanna. I mean, it doesn't. For you, having 2 or 3 lands is the same. So I'm not gonna play it.
True, and I would definitely daze that one for sure.
Yeah. But Elvish Reclaimer would be very good now, I think.
That's true because it blocks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So you know about that one. Okay, this one is fine. Now I have 2 attackers. So if I attack with both, and if you maze one of them, I can potentially just pump the other one. So it makes it a bit more difficult for you to decide what to do with maze. Right, let's see what happens. Matso Master, thanks for the follow. Cheers, appreciate it. So I'm not going to fetch right now in case I find Brainstorm. I did fetch last time because of course I knew what I had coming. Pietro knows my hand except for one, so I can say that I'm not going to play the Tropical because I want to find Brainstorm and shuffle it away. I don't need an extra land. I'm just going to slam in here. And whatever happens, if Pietro decides to maze, that's fine, I can deal 1. If he decides not to play around a potential like Invigorate Berserk here, that's fine too, then I can deal 2 damage. It's only going to be 1 now, but it's still okay. At least I've been able to deal 1 Infect damage. And it also learns you a bit about how your opponent plays, because this is also different from player to player.
So I didn't use Decay here. Because I was fine to get 1 damage. I would use it in response.
To me, going Invigorate Berserk.
Yeah.
Then using the maze is indeed a very good play there.
And now I'm going for Reclaimer.
Yikes. Yeah. That's scary. That's a blocker. So if I find Vines, I still don't win. Which is unfortunate. Because I do want to win, of course.
Now I'm thinking about whether to play the second maze of it. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Do you miss not playing the land that what's the one that I forgot the name again? The one that prevents damage being done, the Glacial Chasm. Do you miss it, or do you think it's fine not to play it?
I think it's fine not to play it. Of course, I miss it against you, and I miss it sometimes against other decks, like Burn, you know. But
and do you miss it against Delver? Because I'd imagine if it was good against Delver, you'd play it. But
no, I don't know. I'm never been a great fan of it. No, it's not true either because I've been playing it for a lot of time, but. I don't know. Versus Delver is not great because Delver is an enormous threat when it goes Delver, Days, and Wasteland, as usual. And Glacial Chasm is bad because it makes you lose a land, and so you stay 2 behind, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not worth it.
No.
Okay, I did find the swords for the Reclaimer, so that's good. Being able to get rid of that one.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, I'm just gonna slam in here.
Ooh, you get divines. You got divines.
Okay, I'm gonna explain to you now why I made this play. I haven't attacked if you haven't attacked for a while, you should always just attack, because sometimes, imagine if I did find vines here, Pietro would be dead. Unless he has something in hand, of course, but I don't know that. Which means sometimes your opponents will decide not to use the maze until you fire off pump spells, and then they use the maze. And if you don't fire off pump spells, you'll actually deal in 1. So it depends on how your opponent plays, whether they want to use the maze here or not. And so I'm like, just always attack.
Yeah, I agree. Makes sense. Okay, now. Okay, now I'm feeling a little bit bad, because if you find the vines, I'm dead. So I have to think.
May the 5th really keeping you alive here.
Yeah, a lot.
Wasteland.
So I think I'll go for that.
Yeah, sure. Still, I guess, thanks for the follow. Cheers, appreciate it.
And that, because I think
I don't play a basic, so you can safely do that. I will not use the ability.
Sorry for that, but
no, it's fine. I was actually hoping you'd do this, because I do have Inkmoth Nexus, but I already said it's because I was going to play it, but then I drew Blighted Agent, so I'm just going to play Blighted Agent here.
Yeah, which is better.
Okay, again, always just attack. I can't cast Vines though, so it's a very safe maze here, but again, you should always just do so. Can you explain to us, Pietro, why you decided to get rid of both tropicals and you decided to not care about Savannah?
Because I'm very far from having a creator here, and so I don't care about swords. And while I'm afraid you would do cantrips and find vines.
Okay, it makes sense. Okay, so luckily I can pay for my threats, so that's fine. Ooh. I'm just going to play this Inkmoth Nexus. Having multiple threats against the Maze of Ith is very good, of course.
Yes.
I'm going to attack here. There we go. Use the maze.
Now I need a decay.
I'm not going to use Invigorate. I can discuss Invigorate because you already knew about it. Because if I do Invigorate and you have Decay, I'm going to feel horrible. So I want to keep this for when it's safe.
I agree. Now.
Important to note, even though Pietro has 4 lands, he actually only has access to 2 mana. So keep track of that. So now I'm going to pay like this. Prevent that. Prevent that. And there I have my new land.
Ooh, nice. You got so many lands.
So many lands indeed, so many lands.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slam in here. I'm not gonna animate Nexus. Just gonna slam in. Let's see, you do maze. Okay, it's fine. Okay, another cool thing about Hall of Oracles is it can actually generate mana, which is something that other weird lands can't do. So I'm just going to cast another elf. Again, another threat is good. I do have to pay a lot for these cards, but I mean, it's fine.
Charlie,
The dog says hi.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine. Okay, so Devil Maze. Okay. This is a very weird game so far. Schadenport.
Yeah, very,
Schadenport
very.
is... That's a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna... I'm definitely gonna pay with Nexus. And then... Dorogadi, thanks for the follow. Cheers, appreciate it. Definitely gonna pay with Inkmoth Nexus. I don't think it really matters all that much because I'm pretty sure that the land I don't tap, you're probably gonna port at that one. But I still have to...
Yeah.
What if you don't, right? So I have to think about this.
Nice game anyway. I need to find a removal spell like very, very fast, or yeah, like a blast zone would be good.
So I'm gonna just pay like this to prevent that from happening. There you go. Pay this. Now let's see if you decide to use port.
Yeah.
Which
It wouldn't make sense not to do it.
Okay, so let's draw. Not the best draw here, honestly. You only have one card in hand, which is important for me to know about. So I'm just going to attack here. Yeah, so you target these two. I think this is a situation where I should just use Invigorate. Again, you only have one card. If it's Abrupt Decay, that sucks. But I think it's unlikely with me already having seen one. And you only have one card left. I think this is the correct time to do so. So then I'm going to be able to slam in for 5. Right, let's see what happens. Looks like I'm going to be able to pinch in 5. Okay. So happy with that exchange. Let's see if I can just attack twice. Should be good. Probably just gonna do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same. Okay, so let's pay. I have to click which one I'm going to use. So that one, and then double green. Did you know that in the past, if you missed paying for the triggers of Tabernacle in the upkeep, that you just lose them?
Yes.
You can go back, but I think they changed this where you can go back right now. It's you can't miss the trigger anymore.
Actually, it changed a lot because the owner of the Tabernacle has to remind the opponent to pay the triggers.
Yeah, exactly. So if we miss the trigger, it's your fault now, technically, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Which does make sense, honestly. Which does make sense if you ask me. It always felt ridiculous.
No, it doesn't.
It's your car and I get to pay for it. Okay, so I'm going to do something very weird here. I'm actually just going to daze this Red Elemental Blast. But I do want to pick up this land after paying.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay. Let's see. Losing Blood Agent does kind of suck. Because you do have 2 mazes left, but it's not the end of the world. And now tap. Fortunately, I can't. Let me quickly show it to you here. I can't add a counter because you can only add a counter at sorcery speed. This is the downside of the card, unfortunately. But otherwise, it would have been great. Is Juicebox? Thank you so much for the resubscription for 9 months. So lovely. We have a Twitch baby. What are you going to name it? There's only one name that comes to mind. It's going to be Poultry Pump. I think that's the best name. Do I want to... Adding mana honestly doesn't... No, I probably should just do it anyway, but it doesn't matter in this spot. But I mean, just to play perfectly. Okay, that's not bad. It's not terribly good either, but... You do have 0 mana left. I'm just gonna play it. I did find more mana.
That's not bad, yeah.
It's not bad, but nothing more. I just need fines, honestly. That would be very good.
And I need, I think, Reclaimer or Dark Depths or Decay or Punishing Fire.
Removal. Juice box, no problem, my man. I can understand that life catches up to you, so if you're busy, it's all fine.
Okay, now I'm playing. I didn't play this card because I wanted you to think that I had something.
Yeah.
But now I prefer to play it.
So definitely gonna add this. And then how am I gonna... So you can only port 1 land. So I should probably play like that. And say yes.
Tabernacle is not amazing against you, but it's always, I think, a great card.
It's never bad. Even though it's not amazing, it's still good. Okay, so tap the Nexus, sure. Huh. I don't think I have a lot else going on here. I'm just going to yield through turn. Now I think we're in trouble, because you did find Reclaimer. At least you have to pay for Reclaimer as well with the Tabernacle. It's something.
Yeah, I got a card. I don't know, it's not... I don't know, I think I'm gonna pass. I drew an interesting card, but I'm not gonna use it. Or maybe I'm just bluffing.
Who knows? Let's see. I think I actually want to use this one. And then that. Then... Or maybe... Probably want to use it like this. Let's see. I'm going to pay. Yes, please. Keep on paying. And if I don't find anything, you probably use Reclaim at the end of my turn.
Yeah, still don't know what to get, because I know you may have swords. So Dark Depths would be too risky, I think.
Interesting for me to notice that you decided to not use port. So why is that? Let's think. Why would you decide not to use port here? Probably means that you need the mana. So let's see. Average Reclaimment is 2. So if you port, then you still have 2 mana left. So you probably have crop rotation or something in your hand, and you want to be able to use Reclaimer plus crop rotation. That's what I'm thinking about.
Maybe I'm just bluffing. I don't know.
It's possible, but I'm going to assume you're not bluffing. Okay. I think I'm just going to play this Blighted Agent right now, and then I still have the time to. Finally able to sneak that one in.
Makes sense.
Okay, so I guess we'll figure out right now what you want to do.
I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, no? I don't know, maybe you forgot that that Maze is a Tasmania stage?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm thinking because if I get Dark Depths here and make a 2020, I don't know how you could block it. No, I think you can't. I think you just, I don't know, just bluffing too. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll go for it.
It was so funny because I was so dead all the time, but I didn't want to point out that you could kill me. Just I was not gonna explain the win condition on the stream. I just pointed towards the chat on the camera, pointed to me, and then like the chopped off head symbol. But
Yeah, but
I didn't have anything. My hand was Days Scale Up Elf, so I just had to.
okay.
The only way I could steal this game is if I was lucky and you would miss that. Unfortunately, you didn't.
No, because I thought maybe you have swords, but you went tapped out. So
yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I could have potentially is submerge, but you know my list, so that's not happening.
No, I know you don't have it.
So we are dead.
Yeah.
And there you go. You're gonna take 20 damage and dead.
Great.
Yeah, Mazavith really just what can I say?
Yeah.
It was just disgusting how good it was against me. Let's see how far off this Vines was. So how many cards should I have drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 cards away. So a bit far off, unfortunately, a bit far off. Okay. That was a very interesting game.
I think Reclaimer won the game. Reclaimer is great. That's why I'm playing it, because it versus so many decks is an amazing card, I think.
Yeah, definitely a good card.
Yeah.
Not disagreeing with that. Right, let's quickly watch the chat because I've been ignoring you guys for some time. Hey Juicebox, thanks. No, if you're watching this later, thanks for always being there for me, my man. You've been there from the start, so cheers for that and thank you. I'm slowly trying to improve the stream, but I'm a computer dinosaur, so it takes a lot of time for me to improve. But I'm trying, I'm learning step by step. Let's see. Dinner calls. Have a good time. Thanks, man. Cheers. Is there a new list? Bouncy Ball, are you referring to me or to Pietro? Because if you want to see Pietro's list, you can just hover over to the left side of the screen. It's all there. And I do have a new list, but I'm trying some stuff out. I've been having a lot of issues in leagues lately, and the last 2 challenges were pretty poor for me as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying some stuff out. Can't see the Infect list. No. Right now I have Pietro's list, not mine. So my next solo stream, I will probably play a new list. I'll check that out. Pith and Needle would be fantastic for that game. I agree, Pith and Needle is excellent in this matchup, but yeah, it's Pith and Needle has kind of lost its value for me personally because it's all about creatures right now, and Pith and Needle doesn't hit that many creatures. All right, let's see. We discussed the matchup a bit. I think we really did see how the matchup usually goes, right? Where either I win by just going all in a turn and killing you on the spot, or if the game tends to go long, then I think you are very favored. And the longer the game goes on, the more difficult it becomes for me, where you just deny me off a mana, where you can prevent me from attacking you, etc. That's how I felt, at least. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think every time that a turn passes, the odds start going against you because I keep controlling the game and I find a removal spell. I think the best card here was a Reclaimer, but also Mesovic was great. And even that single Red Elemental Blast, so the only one removal I found, was good because it got rid of the third creature. So the matchup is always like that. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I find it very, very, very fun. One of the first I'm very, very far from being a professional player. I'm just a random player who enjoys Legacy and enjoys this kind of deck. But one of the first like big tournaments I played. Not that big, medium. In the final, I was playing with my friend who played Infect. He's a very good Infect player, and yeah, it went just like that. I think I lost G1 and I won G2 and 3, but very very I don't know, hard beating games. I really like them. Like as as I don't like games with like show and tell or other combo decks. With Infect, they're always very enjoyable.
Yeah, which is weird because I do play as a combo deck against you, but the games very often can go long. And I think in my entire Legacy career, I've probably timed out two times, maybe three times, and two of them have been against lands. So
Makes sense.
if we do go long, it happens against lands, and we saw this because we've been playing for over an hour right now, which is something that Infect doesn't do very often. So yeah, I think that's nice. Let's see to the chat. No questions right now. I think we can play another one if you're up for it.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm ready.
Let's play some Magic. I'm gonna challenge you. Let's see. I click the correct deck. There you go. What is interesting to note is that in this matchup, for example, the new land that I'm playing, the Hall, could be important because I could potentially get a creature out of Punishing Fire range, so it's something. So you're gonna keep.
Yeah, not a bad hand. Not amazing, but not bad.
My hand's perfectly reasonable, so I'm going to keep. Okay, I'm going to start off with my scariest turn one. Nothing for the first two turns. You don't see that all that often, honestly. I think we'll start with a brainstorm. Let's see what we find. Okay. It's not bad. I think I'm just going to slam in. And the only thing I'm afraid of right now is Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Called it. In a piece. Thanks for the follow. Cheers. Appreciate it. Luckily, this time I do have my vines, so let's quickly play that one.
Okay, but that's no. I mean, it's not good, but it's not that bad, because
you've got rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're just gonna slam in.
I can play my couple of Mazovits.
Exactly, all two of them. Exploration, double Mazovith, easy. That can't resolve. So I'm gonna force. Let's see what we want to pitch. I think it's gonna be Ponder here. Port, that's fine. Luckily I have another daze. Okay, so that was a good turn for me.
Yeah, very, very good.
So now I just I just need to find a pump spell and kill you. Let's see if we can do that. So brainstorm, no pump spell, unfortunate. Let's think. Do I want to get rid of these or do I want to keep them? We can't keep them. But we can play that one next and do this. Don't think I need that one straight away. I'll put that one over there. I'm not going to do this one this turn, so I think that's the best. Let's put them like that. And let's just slam in.
Okay.
Yeah, phew. Inspiration. Yeah, that one can't resolve. I'm gonna counter that one too.
Okay, good. So I played it. I mean, I tried to play it because I wanted you to. If you had a counter spell, I wanted you to counter it instead of library.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, Silver Library is great because yeah, like I told you before, it makes me find the correct answer.
Right, so I'm going to do more digging. Let's find that last pump spell, which I do not find, unfortunately. So do I want to shuffle here for a random card, or do I want to keep them? Probably want to keep them. Because if all of these cards are good, even though they don't win me the game immediately, I think I'm gonna put them like that. Go like this. And I think this is one of those situations where I've been keeping this Invigorate in my hand the entire time, but I want to fire it off now because with Sylvan Library, I just want to deal 5, put the pressure on you, because I can just attack twice and win the game. So it really makes it so you have to find removal here.
I'm thinking.
Only keeping 1. That's interesting. Okay, Nexus. One's gone. Okay, so I can very easily attack here. Just slam in. Let's just do this twice again.
No.
Blast Zone is unfortunate. That's the thing. So you can Blast Zone whatever you want, which is unfortunate. Costs 3 mana, which is why you didn't port. I think I'm just gonna slam in here. And let's see if you want to use Blast Zone now.
I'm obliged. Yeah,
makes sense. That's what I was expecting. And then I'm going to follow it up with my own Sylvan Library. So that's the way how I can come back into the game.
Ooh. No good.
I didn't want you to blow up my Sylvan Library. You would destroy your own, but I think you've seen more cards than me. So I think I get more value out of this in this situation than you do. Maybe not. We'll see. Sage, if Pietro had ported, he wouldn't have been able to use Blast Zone, so that's why he decided not to.
Yeah.
Wasteland, okay. Okay, I'm going to be very aggressive with the Sylvan Library. Life total is totally irrelevant against you. Probably going to Wasteland here, or Ghost Quarter.
No, I think I'm going for... Yeah, makes sense. Wasteland. You're right. You're better than me.
I wouldn't say that. That was just my first idea, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong.
No. I think it makes sense.
What else were you thinking about?
Yeah, I was thinking about Maze of It, also...
Yeah, I could see Maze of It. I could see that. So both of us being very aggressive here with our life totals because they are totally irrelevant.
Yes.
Okay. Stage only 1 card left for Pietro. Wasteland. Okay. Let's yield.
Aggressive.
Let's see, 1, 2. That's you can make the token. I think we're dead. Do we get... Nope, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Now maybe I shouldn't have kept the Ponder, but I do think it was correct because in the Ponder I had the Sylvan Library and the Blighted Agent, but then you had you found the Wasteland, and that was unfortunate because then I wasn't able to follow it up with Agent or Library, and that was difficult for me.
But you were unlucky because you didn't get a pump spell. If you if you got one, it would.
The pump spells were very well hidden indeed. All right, same sideboarding for me. Already explained this, so not going to change anything.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
And there you go. Easy.
What do you think about surgical extraction?
I don't know. Honestly, whenever my opponent plays surgical extraction against me, I'm usually pretty happy because
you're happy. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I honestly don't care all that often because to me it always feels like you take one good card out of your deck to play surgical extraction, and very often it doesn't do a whole lot. If you surgical one of my creatures, well, sure. I mean, I have more in my deck, and if you take out the creatures, definitely against you, it doesn't really matter what creature I find. Any creature is good, so that's not really relevant. If you take a pump spell, I don't know if I'm able to use pump spells. I usually win anyway. I could only see that if you would like to wasteland a tropical and then surgical my tropicals. I think that's a line that I can see.
But the only reason I put one in, as you saw, I have two in my sideboard, but I just put one in, and because I want to have information about your hand, you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Only one. It's Gitaxian Probe. Without the drawing effect.
Indeed. It makes sense if you really want to see my hand. I can see why you would go for that route, but usually I don't care all that often. It's not bad or anything, but I just don't think it's worth it. I've seen other players do this as well, so...
No days.
No days, unfortunately. I'm going to brainstorm. Let's see what we find. Okay. I think I want to put them like that, and then get the fetch. Let's get a drop. And play Blood Agents.
Here it comes. I'm frightened.
As you should be.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
You do have Abrupt Decay mana. I don't like that. Okay, let's see if you have it. Let's just slam in.
I died? No.
Nope. So I'm just going to follow it up with another one, because if you do have Abrupt Decay, you probably would have used it here anyway. So that means if you do have Decay, at least I have one other agent.
Thinking. I've got two
Abrupt Decays.
No.
Luckily I have two finds, so...
No, I'll go for the safest one.
Yeah, makes sense. Fetch land.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. At least now you're not able to use Abrupt Decay. Okay. So I was hoping you would play that one, because I do have the answer. So at least it's not going to be coming back anytime soon. Unless you crop rotate here.
Yeah, I am crop rotating.
Okay. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. So let's Excellent.
Yeah, but I had to do it.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And that's why I played it the way I did, because I know you had to try and do that. So you can abuse that once you know it. Okay, so I can slam in. Fortunately, nothing else happening here. I mean, attacking for 2, but it's I think that was a fine exchange.
Yeah, very much.
Don't feel completely safe just yet, but okay, now I do feel a little bit safer because Field of the Dead is very bad against me, so that usually signals that you don't have a lot else going on.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, let's slam in. I swear I did not board out my pump spells.
Oh, didn't you?
No. Gentleman Finn, I'm indeed back down to 1 chicken. It's just, 2 is just a bit too much. It hasn't been excellent or anything. I don't know. It's possible that I'm just gonna go back to 0, honestly. I've been struggling recently. It's I haven't been performing well in the challenges. I don't know. I'm doing some searching around. Okay. So Maze of Ith is unfortunate. Okay, luckily I can daze here because Maze and Dark Depths, they both do not generate mana. So even though you have 4 lands, you only
thank you. Very, very kind of you.
Yeah. So let's daze.
Okay. At least I know. Yeah, at least you have 1 card that I don't know in hand. Only 1.
Let's draw. Not particularly exciting though. Okay, I'm just going to attack here. So let's slam in. Maze, sure. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I just want to get rid of Elvish Reclaimer, and I know it's desperate, but I think I have to. Because otherwise we will see that they're tokens soon. And I just want to get rid of the Reclaim. It buys me so much time, I believe. I do think that was correct.
Thinking.
Gutshot blowout incoming. You can see Pietro's list on the left side of the screen, and luckily I know that Pietro is not playing Gutshot, so don't have to play around that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I decided it out.
Please, not another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's him.
It's fine. I'm gonna draw Vines of Ostwood. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I did not draw Vines of Ostwood.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's just slam in.
Really?
Okay, Maze.
Another Berserk.
Okay.
No.
Sure.
Sì, perfetto. Sì, perfetto. Vai. Sorry.
The dog says hi again? Or...
No, that was my wife.
Apologies there. So say hello to her for me and the entire chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh damn! I really needed this brainstorm.
I don't know if it makes sense, but I think you got.
Oh, I think you should 100%. Definitely should have blasted that brainstorm, because if I find vines here. Although you could also use it on agents. Yeah. Maybe that's why we were considering about. Using it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if you should have kept it or not. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I thought Brainstorm was too dangerous.
I mean, this is a bit silly. I hope you do have abrupt decay, because otherwise this is a bit silly. Or maybe you just have another one.
No, I don't have decay. No, I think I lost. Yeah.
You know, honestly, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, no, maybe I don't know. I was gonna say I but if Brainstorm would have found the vines, and I said I would have used a pump. No, never mind. Yeah, never mind. So maybe indeed, maybe the blast should have targeted agent, but this is easy for us to talk about when we're looking back on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When you blasted the Brainstorm, honestly, I just thought immediately that was the correct play. So
yeah, me too, because I thought I had maze and and you drew vines, didn't you?
Literally, indeed. Literally, the only card that would have been able to get me out of the situation was exactly if I drew this one. So
because I would have won like next turn. So you didn't have white sources, and yeah, I think I'm happy. I'm happy with what I did.
Yeah, I think I think even looking back on it, despite the fact that I won. Because of the Red Elemental Blast doesn't mean that it's not the correct thing to do, if this makes sense. Like, you can play perfectly and still lose, and I think this is one of the situations where that was the case.
Yeah, because I was more afraid of you drawing 3 cards and seeing 3 cards, because it was like 3 turns, you know, and if you would draw that card and then I would make the 20/20 the next turn, so I don't know, I don't know.
No, I think definitely, yeah, I agree. I think it was the correct play. Gentleman Finn asks me, what was the reasoning behind attacking with Noble? Because I'm a freaking idiot. I should not have attacked there. I forgot about my own rest in peace. That's why. because I'm a flippin' idiot. That's why. I'm gonna keep here. My hand's fine, honestly. It's pretty good. Not excellent, but it has game, so.
Yeah, mine's not great either.
Not great. Yeah, let's just start with turn 1 elf.
Okay.
Why aren't you siding in the third swords? Because swords isn't that good against the deck, honestly. It's fine, but you will often see me having swords in my hand and it's going to be useless, so then what I start doing is I bring in the swords last, and I bring in the cards that I really want, and all the cards that are left in my deck, I think they are better than playing a third swords. Okay, Reclaimer.
Okay, Reclaimer. You have swords, okay.
Sorry, what was you going to say?
You have swords.
I do not have swords, unfortunately.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Otherwise, that would have been gone immediately. But I do have Noble, so at least you can't block. So this is difficult. This is also, yeah. If I have double invigorate, you're dead. So let's see what you're gonna do. Do you respect double invigorate, or you just say nah? You don't have.
No, I'm blocking. I'm blocking.
Okay,
I'm blocking because if you use a pump spell, it's fine because you just throw it away. So I think I have to block. Yeah.
And I was hoping for you to do this because I do lose the pump spell. That's true, but Elvish Reclaimer is just so scary in this deck. Honestly, I need to do this. I think. PK. Okay, let's just. Luckily, I have Inkmoth Nexus left, so it's fine. I might as well just attack with Noble here. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Let's see. Let's watch chat.
Very strange.
Quickly watching chat. Recently attacked with the level 2 Hex Drinker. TNM because I'm flipping it, but I'm so concerned. Then it hit. Yeah, this is funny because sometimes the unintentional mind games indeed do work. Because I can imagine I attacked with Noble there. There must have been a second where you're like, what the hell's going on, right? Last game? Or did you, or you're immediately like, nah, he just messed up.
No, I think it made sense because you had to do it. You know, it wouldn't make sense not to do it. So
Okay.
if you didn't do it, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be scared. I think.
Right, makes sense. I'm gonna sign in with
I'm
Inkmot
much more
Nexus.
scared of I'm much more scared of that Inkmot Nexus.
Yeah, and sometimes I just do weird stuff because I had a situation where in the past I sometimes played Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, and that's a card that makes like 0/1 plants if you know it, and it was very good against miracles. And if I would just always attack with the 0/1 plants, even though if they don't do anything, just always attack with them, and your opponent. I had a situation where I attacked with these plants, and my opponent literally thought for 2 minutes. And then he brainstormed to hopefully find Terminus to get rid of them, which he didn't, and I just didn't do anything. But it was it was hilarious. It was the mind games. It's funny.
Yeah, I totally get you.
Sometimes, honestly, you need to play the mind games. Okay, good follow up here. Let's play agents.
No.
Oh, how rude.
No.
Okay, I tried. Will this be on YouTube? We'd love to add this to pendlevale.com. Unfortunately, I do not have a new YouTube channel just yet. I do not have any interest in starting a YouTube channel for the time being also. Who knows in the future, but I am setting up a Patreon, I think somewhere next month, if I'm being realistic, and I will save all of the videos of the Legacy Master Series on there, and who knows, maybe in the future I could see myself starting a YouTube channel, but not quite yet, honestly.
What is your job? Are you are a teacher?
I am indeed a teacher.
What do you teach?
I teach biology.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm a biologist by education as well. I studied biology in university, and I'm very happy to be able to teach that to my children. So, and I really do love my job, honestly. Not this year because with Corona it's been horrible. But I can't wait for the school year to be over, and in September we can have a new school year with just regular teaching stuff, etc. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I can imagine. And a very good part about your job is that you have a lot of free time. I mean, it's not I mean, it would seem like a very normal thing to say to a teacher, but it's not. Actually, you have time to. I mean, time is the most precious thing we have. So it's good that you have time to do whatever you want, like play Magic or whatever. Yeah, you know.
Definitely true.
Ooh.
Let me quickly find Stat Blighted Agent.
What's that? Vines?
Yes, indeed. Oh, not another one. Ish.
Yes.
Let me quickly force that one.
No.
We quickly have a stag battle here. This doesn't happen a lot with lands versus Infect. A stag battle, but it happened.
Yeah, I had a strange hand because I had like 3.
Yeah, that's
triple
Red Elemental Blast. That's insane. So you had triple blast and abrupt decay. That's that's not a usual hand. Maze of Ith 2.
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna play some more threats then.
Okay, so you're waiting for my tabernacle.
Yeah, indeed. I wanted to see that card. What have I missed, Mistrix? Not that much. We've only been able to play one game, and the games of Infect versus lands are usually one of the longer ones. If I do time out, it's going to be against lands. That's only thing I can say. Is Hydroblast a reasonable sideboard card? Well, clearly, because it's been quite good in this matchup. And I'm probably going to get a Wasteland out of this game here. I've really been missing my own Wasteland in this matchup specifically. But I don't want to play Wasteland to deal with lands.
No, I could Wasteland, Nexus or Tropical, whatever, and get Tabernacle. And so I would get 1 attack. No, but I'm not going to do it. It doesn't make sense. I'll do it next turn.
Okay. So I'm going to top deck Fines and win here. I tried. Yeah, Did you know I actually once won against a lands player because so I was dead. I was gonna die next turn, and I top decked. So my opponent had Maze of Ith in play, and I top decked Spellskite. And I was like, okay,
Really?
I'm gonna juke my opponent. So I played the Spellskite. Now, what Spellskite says is you can only redirect a spell or ability if it's legal, if that makes sense. So I attacked with Blighted Agents, and he just reached out a hand and said good game because he thought I won. But I actually can't redirect the Maze of Ith ability to my Spellskite unless I attack with the Spellskite. But he just misread the card, which is hilarious. So
Yeah, the good thing about many legacy players is that they don't read cards.
yeah, indeed, they just don't read cards. They just do what you think they do in your head.
Yeah.
You can check, Mr. X, you can indeed check my entire sideboarding idea in the video because I've discussed it in the beginning of the video. But I should note that I'm not playing Wasteland in this build, so if you are playing Wasteland, then of course you should always play the Wasteland if you have it. Yeah, I'm probably going to be... Yeah. Is there any way how I can come back from this? I don't think so. I'm Wasteland locked. You have Tabernacle. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. This game's over. Good game. Good game.
Very, very close ones.
Yeah, indeed. All the games, and this is why I mean, sometimes you can. I don't think I made any mistakes this game, but I still lost, and this is what I'm trying to say, that you can play perfectly and still lose. And I think this is a situation where both games were 2-1, and so technically you are 100% win rate against me, but I don't feel bad after these games. This is about how I can expect the games to go, and of course, you're a good player too, so you know what you're doing.
Yeah, in my history with you, I think we are 50-50. Sometimes I lose, sometimes I win. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many times we've played against each other. I don't keep track of these things, but...
Like 20, 50, I don't know, many times,
really?
I think.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I think, yeah. For sure, more than 20, yeah.
Really? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I've always had the idea to start keeping track, because I do keep track of all of my matchups. I have a file where I have my win rate against all the decks, but I don't write down my opponents. But maybe I should start doing that. I think it could be interesting.
I used to do it like last year when lockdown started, but I'm not doing it anymore. Don't have time.
Yeah.
So I'm playing very little now, but you know, hopefully I'll play a little bit more one day.
Yeah, for sure. You have a question, Pietro. Let's see. They ask if they have a question for you. Do you focus on prisoning or more on Lage in this matchup?
Prisoning. Always prisoning. But in 90% of my matchups. Because you can control your opponent's lands with Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, and Shadowport, and your opponent's creatures. So prisoning, I think it's the best part of lands. Merit Lage is good, but sometimes you play a tournament and you attack with Merit Lage, but you don't win the game with Merit Lage. If you know what I mean. Sometimes you already won the game by controlling your opponent. Especially now that there's Field of the Dead around. Sometimes I find myself winning games against Delver with Field of the Dead, which doesn't make sense, because if you are on turn 5 or 6 or 7, in most cases you've already won with Delver. And so yeah, prisoning is the best part of lands.
I think I agree. What you said is definitely true, where the Merit Lage token is kind of like the finishing, where you only use the Lage, or well, not always, but usually you use the Lage to kill your opponent who refuses to concede.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
In many games, it's like that. Sometimes you just go exploration, and on turn 2, you go for the 2020, which is pretty strong, but you're not a combo deck, so you're a control deck first.
Nice. Yeah. We have another question. The Four Horsemen asks you, is main deck Sphere of Resistance and something that you would consider, or do you say
yes,
no? Yes,
totally. Okay. I played many leagues and some tournaments. I think one went well. I think a challenge, but I can't remember, with a sphere main deck, and I think it's very good. I don't know. Sometimes I try at least without crop rotation main deck and with spheres when control and combo are very strong. It makes sense because the worst part about lands is that you lose versus many combo decks G1, like always, like Show and Tell or Reanimator or Ant, Storm, whatever. You just lose turn one, and it's very hard to win G1. So spheres are cool.
Mm-hmm.
And spheres are amazing versus control too, because if you get to have an exploration down and a sphere and one Shadow Pot, it gets very hard for them. They buy you time, and when you get time with lands, you usually win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can tell you indeed, from the Infect side, if your opponent starts turn 1 sphere, yeah, tough game already. So I do agree. I think it's a very good card. Right, let's see. So I know, Pietro, that you had to leave around 9 o'clock. So if there are any,
I'm ready. I'm ready to leave.
Yeah,
my wife is expecting me. Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine. So if there are any, I don't think there are any more questions left. If you do have a question, ask it quickly, and then I think Pietro has to start leaving. So don't make it a too long more question. And we've been streaming almost 2 hours right now, so I'm gonna end the stream together with you. But before we want to end, I quickly want to thank you again, Pietro, for being my guest for today. It was lovely. Had a lot of fun in the games. And are there any ways where people can find you, Pietro? I don't. You don't think you stream or something like that?
But famous, yeah, I don't do streams. I'm not that famous because I play sometimes like at nights, and I had periods when I played more, but no, actually, I don't do streams. I'm a True Hero fan. You know True Hero?
Yeah, I do. We've played against each other a lot.
Yeah, he's one of my friends, and he's actually the professional. Yeah, I'm not. Even if sometimes I win against him and he gets angry, but I'm not the professional.
I never hope to play against him because he usually plays Death Shadow, which is a horrible matchup for me. So
yeah,
I try to avoid him if I can.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay, it was nice talking to you, and I had 2 hours of great fun.
I agree. I had a lot of fun too. So thank you, Pietro, for being here. I want to thank everyone from the stream for being here in the chat with us. And if you have enjoyed this content, don't forget to click follow. Or if you want to help me out even more to ensure that I continue to make and improve this content, don't forget to smash that subscribe button because it really does help me out a ton. And on Wednesday, I will have another Legacy series, and my guest for Wednesday will be Nathan Lippitz on Omnitel, another great and excellent matchup, so should be good stuff. I hope to see you all there. So that was it for today, guys. Cheers, and see you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Pietro, thanks again. Bye.
Bye. Let me know if you come to Bologna.
I will definitely do that, for sure. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.